Hello, everyone. GPS signal lost. Oh, wow. I didn't turn that off. Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. You are watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show. Let's see how this mic works over here. So we're improvising this morning, everyone. So thank you for jumping on with us. So who am I? My name is Jennifer Sanchez. I'm the founder of the Wise Alliance Network. So we actually help entrepreneurs, small business owners with balancing life and business and helping them with their entrepreneurship endeavors. Also, I'm a real estate investor. So if you're looking to sell your property in 30 days or less, you want cash offers, let me know. As well as I am a mom of three beautiful girls. So, yeah, that is me. I will pass it over to my co host this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Jennifer. My name is Ron Martinez. I'm a co-founder and COO of a company called Chatavise, where we do all things SMS for businesses of all sizes, including the solo entrepreneur, which is a very important part of our economy, right? Like for us to be able to build up businesses, for people to go make the jump from the corporate world to starting their own business and pursue dreams, it's important for us to be able to bring those type of solutions to even clients like that, right? And here with us today, we have Jeanette, and she started a new business. I can't wait to go into that into the eco shop, right? I know nothing about this one again. So Jennifer keeps putting me in front of people that I know nothing about their industry, and I'm here to learn.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jeanette Arteaga. I am an insurance agent, but I am a new owner of the Eco Shop. We are here at the Eco Shop and Refillery, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Oh, what else? Yes, I have multiple businesses, right? I also started juicing for myself and my family, and that kind of turned into a business also. So I do green juices, ginger shots, and those have been really great.
Cool. She's being modest, you guys. That's why. So me and Jeanette go back. So that's why I'm like, what else do you do? Like, so don't take it personal. For those that are watching, I do see we have some comments. We have your Booski over here, Ron. She said, "Good morning." Marta's on with us. And she put, "Good morning, love you guys. This is Marta Raso." So she put heart and a confetti thing. So this is exciting. Obviously the coffee chat show. I love your space. We're going to go into it a little bit more about your space and why you do what you do and all that good stuff. But before we go into that, we got to go into the whole point of why we do this show. It is coffee time, right? So what are you guys drinking this morning? And we'll start off with Jeanette.
So this morning I am drinking iced coffee. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but I felt like I needed it today. I woke up kind of early.
And by the way, you didn't speak about these mugs. Aren't these things really cool? Are we able to get a good little clip on it? So these are good. Now, I am basically the team's water boy over here. So I have water in the mug.
You said Waterboy, and I thought of the movie. That was the first thing that I thought of. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, actually. By the way, I need to rewatch it. So yeah, so I'm drinking because last time they were. I'm just checking how the audio is, guys. Before I. Okay, cool. Just checking the audio because I have to just make sure the audio is good. So I'm drinking plain black coffee, no cream, no sugar, because last time they were making fun of me at the last show. So if you guys saw the last show with Janelle, right? I ordered the, what was it called? The Charlie. And they were like, "That's so unhealthy. Three creams, three sugars, like all this stuff." And I was like, man, the first day that I actually drink something that's not healthy, I get, clowned on. So I'm like, plain black coffee. I told just no cream, no sugar, nothing. That's what I'm drinking this morning. So I will pass it on now. For those that are watching, make sure you guys chime in. Oh, Marta said audio is good. so, so for those that are watching, chime in. Let us know what you're drinking, if you're drinking anything this morning. And then, of course, we're going to pass it over to Jeanette. We definitely want to know more about the eco space and what inspired her to start this space.
Well, the eco shop, well, actually, the refillery. The refillery was an idea that I had back when it was COVID. I was in Mexico and I was there for a few months. And if you've gone to Mexico, the mercado, they have, everything is sold in bulk, right? Or not in bulk, but they buy it in bulk and then they sell it to you as you need it. So if you go and get rice and beans, sugar, you can ask for, I just need like a pound, un kilo, ¿verdad? Or medio kilo, whatever it is that you need, that's what they give you. And we don't have nothing here like that, or not anymore, right? But that's the refillery. I didn't even know what it was, but I knew the idea and I wanted to bring it here, but I just didn't know how to.
Yeah.
But then I seen it on TikTok. I'm like, oh, there is a way. So that kind of inspired me. Like, you know what? I can do it here.
When
I think I was fearful of doing it.
I'm gonna try to just speak loud and
Mhm.
see if the mic will grab it because I don't want to keep like passing the mic back and forth. But I'm just, she's gonna be the one passing the mic, right? We're improvising today, guys. Yeah, yeah, she's gonna get a workout this morning. But I've never seen something like that here. So when you told me about it, I was like, "What's the refillery?" Like, and the first thing I thought was weed. The two, I was like, "Is that connected to that?" But I didn't understand the concept behind it. I never, and then again, I never really lived in Mexico, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're very common in Mexico. You go to the mercado and there's one with just spices, another vendor with chiles, and whatever other goods you have. You just go to the mercado. They have everything there, and they have it in big bags, and you just tell them how much you need, and they fill it up for you. They weigh it out, and it's for me it's better. It's it's more like zero waste. You don't have to be buying 5 pounds of something that you really don't need.
Right. How long did it take from you to go from idea or seeing that TikTok video to actually making it a reality?
Well, because it was already implanted in me and I loved it, in Mexico, and it's just something that's common. Um, from me watching the TikTok, I was like instant. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I just started researching more, looking for wholesale vendors, and I was like, okay, it's gonna happen. I have the space already,
Right.
and let's just do it. I have ADHD,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, I want to.
And for the audience, do you want to share where this location is? Because this is coming together nicely.
Yeah, so it's at 3300 West 63rd Street. We're on the south side in the Chicagoland area. I've already had the space. I've been using the space for the last 4 years, and it's pretty big. So I wanted to utilize it. And since I'm here already, I've been working from home and from the office for my insurance business. But again, I have the extra space to do this.
Yeah. When I think of Mexico, the only thing I really think about is I want to say something for like, like I remember when I was a kid, I loved going to the store and I loved getting the Coke in the bags.
Oh
Was
yeah.
that eco-friendly? Like, think about
No,
it. They never wanted to give you the glass.
because you wouldn't return it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they would
Oh,
recycle it, so they would make sure that they got the bottle back.
because they recycled it
Mhm.
and they put like they took it back to Coke and Coke refilled it.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Yeah.
was? Oh, okay. So I just thought as a kid I would have fun. Like I just want the bag with the straw in it, with the just
No.
walk around with a bag and Coke. Like I don't know why I thought. Ruby, have you ever done that? Yeah, she like I don't know. I guess kids like that, right?
When was the last time you were back in Mexico?
Mexico.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's embarrassing question. I'm like, I think the last time I went was like 2017, maybe
That's been a
2018.
while.
It's been a while. I should be going more, but my dad's gonna retire and move out there, so I'll be going there frequently. And he's building his house out there, like in the middle of nowhere. He's like, if Armageddon happens, we're hidden in here. Like no one can find our house. We're in hidden roads. I'm like, that's creepy, Dad. Like he's like, only our family knows how to get to this place in
Oh wow.
Mexico. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well then just give me a little corner. I'll build a little tiny house in the corner of your lot, and then I'll be happy because I'm not planning on living there. Just to visit. Give me a little house.
I mean, it's important to have a place like that, though. Like me and my dad, we have a plan for how the family would move, try to communicate, and where they got to go. Like in case something happens, like that's the world we're in. And if you don't at least have a plan written down or a place you go to have food stocked up for blah blah blah, then you're totally reliant on whatever the government gives you.
Yeah.
And what does the government really give you?
Yeah,
So
for sure. Right?
Yeah, like I've been looking up like canning. Like I'm trying to go like natural. Canning simple ingredients, making my own soap. That's kind of how I started, this health journey. I started making my own soap. I was really sensitive to scents when I was pregnant with Ruby, and so I kind of just eliminated that. I'm like, okay, it'll go away after I have her, but I just kind of kept going. So I've been making changes little by little. And recently, when my mom was, we were in Florida, she got sick and we had to, stay there a little bit longer. So we started, using the washing the clothes there because we had to stay there for like a month.
Mm.
And my sister bought Tide, and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't stand the smell of it. And I was like, is it the Tide here in Florida? But no, once I got back, same thing. I wasn't using it, but my parents were. So then I started making that change. I'm like, you're not using this somewhere.
Was
you
it
know?
like an allergic reaction?
No, it just made me gag. Like the smell, I could smell the chemicals, and I noticed it also with lotions that I put on. I can taste the chemicals, and I was like, is this really happening? Like I couldn't. I was just so sensitive. Yeah.
Really?
And I would ask people, and they were like, "No, it's fine," but your body's telling you it's something's wrong. It's not healthy for you.
Yeah, I know I've heard like hormone imbalance, like certain things that you put on you will affect you, right? So like I'm wondering if that's
Well, I thought it was just because I was pregnant. I'm like, okay, it happened to me with my son also.
Hypersensitive.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was still going on.
well, yeah, they say when women are pregnant, they're like super
Movie recording has been stopped automatically.
movie recording. Oh, maybe that over there. I think we're still live though.
I was gonna say some cameras can't record past like 20 minutes, so I didn't know what about that camera.
Yeah, let's.
By the way, do you want me to sit in the middle so I can hold the mic for you? Because is it your arm getting kind of like tired?
No,
moving?
that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Good.
Maybe if you could just push the button. All right, guys, hold on a second. We're working with a whole different camera this time, so give me a quick minute over here. There we go. We're back. We're back in action. So we're good, guys. So let us know if you have any questions. I see some comments coming in. Thank you, Ron. I see some comments coming in. So we have Maria Perez Vera. She was here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, at
We
your event on
She's
Saturday.
one of our vendors, and she
Yeah.
has a shelf here.
She does?
Yeah, right
Did you
here.
say?
Yeah.
Oh, look, we got you right behind me over here, Maria. So she's selling her, I know she has what? Aromatherapy rollers. Oh, so that's awesome. She has a bunch of stuff behind me, guys. You guys gotta come. She could write it down. You write it in the chat. What is it that you sell over here? Do you know what she sells?
Yeah, she sells candles, tea bags, rollers, soaps.
Oh, nice. So,
Yeah.
and I know she does Reiki and she does therapy, so she's
Hmm.
so really holistic. So, thank you for jumping on. And then I see Marta. Marta said that works. I think she was talking about the mic, so we're
Okay.
doing it. And then she also Marta did say it's an amazing space, and she also wrote you are live. So, thank you for engaging. For you guys that are watching, feel free to ask any questions. So, so you chose to open this space,
Mhm.
right? Well, how is the community like? This is the first event happened Saturday.
So yeah, I haven't had an event for almost 2 years here at this location, just because I've had dealing with my dad. He's handicapped, so we've been at home more. But I've been doing pop ups since I opened. That's something that I love to do because I was a small vendor. I used to sell jewelry, so going to pop ups was something that I really loved. So now I'm like, okay, I still have to incorporate it, and this is actually an extension of the pop ups. The vendors. I'm renting out the shelves here, so which is how Maria got her stuff on here. So it's not just me selling, the refillery portion. It's also vendors selling their stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to make it eco-friendly, so it's not just any vendor. It's only eco-friendly vendors,
Mm.
non-toxic, zero waste, anything that's more natural ingredients or simple ingredients.
Oh, nice, nice.
Mhm.
No, I think that's great. And Ron, again, I'm new to the eco-friendly, like, I'm more into like the card is full. Oh, it's saying the card is full. Did it stop?
Well, Martha said it was still recording. I'm assuming she meant before I actually pressed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just won't record on your camera.
Yeah.
We're still live.
No, we're still live. People, but I think people can see that. People can see that says card full. Can you push display so it can go away? Sorry, guys. So Maria, she said while he's fixing that, it says my candles currently don't have scent. Todavía no. She said we can still see you. Maria, can you see that it says card full though? Like, do you see that that's what it says? No, it just says card full on the screen. Yeah, it does say it. Let me see. Yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah. They're still seeing it. It's not going away. There, whatever you did. There, whatever you did. Yep. Oh no, you put it on picture. It's a picture. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I know why it's not coming up because you can't see it, ¿verdad? All right, guys, we're having technical difficulties. Give us one moment.
So we did something for like 40 minutes, an hour.
Oh.
Well,
I did not get
our
that podcast.
podcast. Yeah, we haven't launched it yet. We
Okay,
recorded
okay.
9 episodes already, and then the plan in New York, and then this one we recorded 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Cool. So we're back, guys. Yeah, rolling with the punches. That's how we're doing it right now. We're rolling with the punches, guys. So, what were Jennifer Sanchez? Me compras algo. She already hustling through the camera over here. She's like, buy something. I should buy something. Let me see. I'm gonna look at what you got. You gotta tell me what you have though, and what's it gonna do, right? Like,
She has a little description on there.
oh,
For
alert
headaches,
headache, essential oils. how about I was gonna say something inappropriate, but I'm not gonna say it because we're on camera. This is supposed to be professional. This is a professional podcast. So, gotta get to work. She wrote, gotta get to work, but much success to Jeanette in this new endeavor. Yeah, I agree. This is really exciting. So, I'm definitely. I've used your space. You've allowed me and sponsored me to use the space for different events. So it's kind of cool because I know at one point you were considering closing this down. Like you were really like, I don't even know if I want the space anymore, you know? And then I was like, oh, okay, she's not going to have her space anymore. But then all of a sudden it was like a vendor event. I was like, whoa, wait, what's going on? You know, and I was like, okay, she's still like doing stuff in the eco-friendly, what do you call it? The eco shop. Refillery. So it really came from your parents, what they were going through, you realizing that Tide was getting you sick. I think that's cool. Like something that a business that comes out of a situation, right? Those are usually like the more mission driven businesses. Like you're more on like awareness. You're trying to create awareness and education, right? This sounds like, or
Yes, I mean, yeah, I was considering closing because I had to be spending more time with my dad. My mom, their health issues, I had to take care of them first. And that's when I started the juicing and I started sharing it, like sharing the results. I was able to help my dad's A1C go down, my mom's gout, and then me, I have hypothyroidism. Can't say it, but I have my thyroid medication that I have to take. But I haven't taken it such a long time because I was trying to go more holistic, and I had to go to the doctor. And I'm thinking they're gonna give me double dose, but no, they said your levels are normal. And Lily was telling me that it was because I was healing my inner child. Because this has to do with my voice, and since I'm such a people pleaser, because I thought it was I thought it was probably the juicing. She's like, no, it's because you've been healing. So thank you, because that started with you. So, and I'm like, you're right, you're right. So, but yeah, out of the situation, this is me sharing my passion, me sharing. If it's good enough for me to heal my family, like why don't I share with other people? You know?
And I feel like once you use organic, healthy type of stuff, like your skin is
Mhm.
still like a sponge. I mean, still it's porous,
Yeah,
right? So what if you're putting like chemical soap on your skin, you're putting in chemical lotions, and you know the difference now between the chemical versus like the natural one.
yeah,
I feel like it's harder to go back. It's kind of
yeah,
like the people that don't eat McDonald's for years and then they try to eat one cheeseburger.
yeah,
Your stomach is done for
yeah.
the next days or two.
Yeah, so I mean, my eating habits have gotten better. I still struggle with it, but you know, once I started juicing, like it's like my body needed it. Like, oh, I need my greens. And a lot of people that I've been, selling it to, they're like addicts. Like, when are you juicing again? When are you juicing again? And it's good. And I share my recipes because I feel like people need to do it at home, right? Even if I had the whole block buy for me, I just don't have enough time to make it. So people need to start doing it at home because it is very helping.
it is, and not everybody is gonna like want to invest the time to juice. I'm not even gonna lie, like I was like, I don't got time for this. Like I've had her juices. They're good. Well, the ginger shots, right? And I remember I was sick or I was feeling sick and I was like, I need to kill this. I need to fight this. It was like an event coming up and I was like, how am I gonna like get rid of this? So me being like the psychopath I could be sometimes, right? Like, what am I gonna do? And I was just like, okay, ginger shots, vitamin C, emergency C, go work out. Like I just do all these sweat it out, put vapor rub all over and go under a blanket. Like, but I think it was like her shots, the ginger that really like helps kick it off because it's an antiseptic, right? So it helps with that. So I like
Yeah. Okay, so this is one of my favorite questions to ask people, right? Because today it's like, day whatever, right? But it's new. But what's your vision? What does success look like for that business?
For the eco shop, oh my gosh. I would like to. I mean, I haven't even opened this one, but I would like to open a few more. I think there needs to be more of these, around our, especially with the Latino community. Like, when you go to Mexico, you feel healthier. The food is more natural. Everything's just organic. And when you come here, we live in, you know, just consuming, but you're not thinking about what you're putting in. So I think having one of these, just like there's so many McDonald's, we should have one of these in every neighborhood.
I agree. That's a good idea. I just wanted to share that. He said, "Great job, everyone." So yeah, thank you, Tony. Figured out how to get this going. But yeah, no, I think we do need like I never even thought about the concept, like come here and get what you need. And I've heard about a lot of people that heal themselves from like eating healthier, like they heal themselves, not even like internally, like emotionally. I'm talking about like physically, like people fight cancers and illnesses and diseases by like making sure they're monitoring what they eat. There was one woman that I met and she like was stage 4 cancer, and based just her diet alone, just putting all those greens in her and eating healthy, and I'm pretty sure making sure whatever she puts on her also helped. I don't remember what kind of cancer, but she beat it. You know, and stage 4 is like you basically, you know, hospice, I believe, right? Or I don't know. I'm not too familiar, but I know that when I met her, it was just kind of like, oh my god, like natural, no chemicals, like that should be the way that we are eating, the way that we're taking care of ourselves, but that's just not how.
You just gotta give your body time, give it the right nutrients. Like my parents, you know, most of the elderly people I see here have diabetes. You know, they have high blood pressure, everything. If you go to Mexico, people older than my parents are walking around fine.
Like in their 90s,
Yes,
right?
and it's like I don't remember in Mexico ever seeing anybody in wheelchairs. They were all walking slower, but they were still healthy. You know?
Yeah, my parents retired and they moved to Panama in Central America. And when I talk to them on camera, you know, on FaceTime, like they look healthier, they look happier, they're making friends easier. Like it's just like a whole component to it, right? And I really do feel like what it starts out with what you're putting in your body. It doesn't always have to be what you digest. Again, it can be what you're putting on your skin, you know. So like I like that component, you know, that you're tackling here, and you're bringing it to our communities where people otherwise wouldn't. Like in order for, there are people that eat healthy in the U.S., but they're the high net worth people, the people that have really good like stores around them, you know. But the low income communities, they don't have those kind of businesses. So the fact that you're bringing something like right in the heart of it is perfect.
I've looked at refilleries in Chicago, and they're mostly in the north side. You know, there's nothing here in the south side.
There's never, there's never anything in the South Side. No, just like honestly, that's interesting because you could see this in the North Side, like in Logan Square, Wicker Park, or Lincoln Park. Like this is the audience over here. How are the Latinos taking it out here? Because this is predominantly Latino. Like, are they receiving this concept or?
I haven't really introduced it.
This is the first time?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
was the show? It was this weekend, right?
yeah, the pop-up. So I mean, the vendors, the people that came, they're like, oh, okay, está bien, but I think they need to see it. And I'm starting off the line of the refillery with just detergents, the soaps, the things that I noticed more within me, right? That I was getting sick. So eventually, I will expand the line to other products like maybe dry goods, herbs, and stuff like that. But I do want to showcase first the vendors.
How are you educating people on the difference? Do you also have to overcome like the fact that it might be more expensive than just going to Walmart and getting a normal detergent, or even sometimes in these neighborhoods they'll get like the big jug,
Yeah.
like $20
Yeah.
for like the big thing.
Yeah,
So
because
how do you overcome like the price tag?
it is hard because it was hard for me.
Yeah.
We always want convenience and something cheap, and that's
Quick.
not quick, and that's not the
Got a
way to
big
go.
family, so I need a 20
Yeah.
gallon jug.
And this is the
detergent.
cheapest, and I mean, going eco-friendly sometimes isn't the best economical choice, right? But if you eliminate the things that you don't need, you find the way to buy the things that are healthy for you. It's For me, it was just eliminating all that extra junk and sticking to simple ingredients, and it was like it's actually cheaper now.
Yeah, I feel like you
Yeah.
pay it now or you pay it later, but either way you pay it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you do all you are cheap now up front, when you're older, you're gonna pay it in all the pills that you have to take
Yes.
and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So how are you educating people? What's your strategy around that?
So we're actually going to have workshops here in the back.
Okay.
We're going to have workshops and teaching people how to do it. How to make your own soap. Yeah, so that they can do it at home. Um, That's my goal for right now, just bringing people in here and teaching them, because I do talk to a lot of people, and I tell them what I'm going through, and they're just like, oh, okay, yes, I mean, like, that's good for you. But even for me, I remember my friend Anne, she was telling me plastic is bad for you, use glass. I'm like, oh, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper, more, I get a bundle of, a stack of containers. And she's like, it's really bad for you. And I was just like, one ear out the other. But until you figure it out, until you get sick, you're like, oh no, I need to make a change. So
That's interesting, right? Like,
Plastic's horrible,
yeah.
too, by the way.
Mhm.
Like drinking water out of a plastic bottle, you can't escape it.
Yeah.
But it's like more studies are coming out that you're ingesting
Mhm.
little like plastic pizzas or whatever.
We got
Yeah,
these
like,
lights.
fell all over. I had one hit landing right on my head too. I run
to be
into.
part of the show. You know, wants to have conversation with everybody. We have Tilsa. She said, "Hello, beautiful peeps. Tilsa's awesome, big supporter. Thank you for jumping on the show and chiming in. So make sure you chime in. Yeah, I guess for me, and it makes sense, right? Like we're consumerism knows that it's about speed." And they know people are lazy and they know people want quick, and also like they're trying to figure out how they cut their costs when they make their products, right? So then you hear like these crazy stories about like plastic in Subway bread. Like, you guys have you guys ever heard of that? Like, I don't even know if yeah, I don't even know if they even like say that anymore. But when social media got big and started cracking down on certain companies because people don't even take the time to look at the labels, right? And I will not buy the frosted Kellogg's, like not Kellogg's, one of the brands like the Lucky Charms and like whatever
General Mills.
General Mills. There you go. That brand, they put the ingredient that has to do with oil for cars. That same ingredient, like something phosphorate or whatever like that, they have it in their cereals. So I'm like, ew, I'm not buying this for my kids. Like, I ain't trying to like poison my children. It's like, why are we doing this? Well, obviously they're trying to figure out how to cut costs when they're making their products. So this is a cheaper substitute that no one's going to notice, and the FDA approves it because it's just enough for the FDA to approve it, right? Like, oh, it's not like toxic levels, right? So it's okay. Let's pass it.
A little bit from here, a little bit from there, it makes a big difference.
It does.
In the grocery store, have you ever heard of this concept? So, like, if you look at most grocery stores, anything that's in the middle is what you call clown world. It's candy land. It's fake. It's they inject stuff. There's all these chemicals, all that stuff. The outsides of the grocery store is where like the real food is. So
On
I
the
just
top shelf.
yep.
Yeah.
So they like you purposely want to stay in those. The minute you start getting very colorful boxes, it's all marketing. So the more they market, the worse it probably is for you.
Yeah. So I use the Yuka app. It's YUKA, and I scan everything. And I got my daughter involved, so she scans everything. And we started with the products in the bathroom. I'm like, scan it. She's like, Ma, you just bought this. I'm like, throw it away, because it'll tell you like red, orange, and green. And if it's red, it'll tell you why it's toxic. Yeah, it'll tell you why it's toxic, and then it'll give you an alternative. So I really like that app. So I scan everything in the house, even for the food. Cereal is one of the things we eliminated from the house.
She's pulling it up right now.
Yeah, and it was nice because once I got her involved, she started doing it. Like, no, Mom, this is not good. So she accepted it. Like, she understood why I took the cereal away. Why we don't drink pop, and we're like, look what it has. It's red.
Red, right? It's like
Danger.
Ooh, bad
Yeah.
danger, right? So that's a good work. That would be an amazing workshop. Even though you're maybe not affiliates, so you kind of know how big they are or whatever. But like showing, like educating people on scan here, just out of temptation, out of curiosity. Go back home, scan the top 5 things that you use.
Yeah.
And then the alternatives are like, I can see you forming like a little workshop like that, or the different people that are renting spaces, like what their strategy is around it, because everyone here that's gonna rent space has a mission, and they're tackling it from a different angle. So you're kind of like censoring it by bringing people in, So
the education component makes a big difference, and I think for you, like, you've always naturally been someone that wants to bring education, and you naturally always want to help the community. So like this works really well with what you're doing. We have Jen. I just want to make sure I highlight Jen Villasana. I hope I said your last name correctly. Castellanos is watching with us. So thank you for tuning in and chime in, guys. If you guys are watching the replay or you guys are there, watching live, feel free to chime in on your thoughts on the eco-friendly. I never thought about that. Like I like just go around my house and just start scanning things and see what's in food, right? Not just products,
Yeah,
food.
food too.
And then yeah, I'm wondering like, do I even want to do that? Like I'm worried. Like it
You're
kind
gonna
of
throw
just
away a lot of stuff. Like I was, I would go to Costco and buy everything in bulk, everything ready to make. I didn't want to cook anything. Or just like I would put in the fast life, like throw it in the oven, you know. But now it's like I pass all that. I get what I'm gonna get, the eggs or whatever it is I'm gonna get at Costco. It's more cooking now, not ready-made food.
oh, I see
So
what you're
that's
saying.
where I eliminated a lot of the costs because everything was in bulk. My fridge was overloaded with, freezer with waffles and all. I don't buy none of that stuff
Oh, so
anymore.
like a lot of processed food you got rid of, so you try to make everything
Yeah.
from scratch.
Like even if if it's eggs every morning, I'd rather have eggs every morning than cereal and
Oh,
waffles
I
and
love eggs.
yeah.
So do you feel better, like because now you're eating healthier, you're not eating as much processed food? Like, what's some of the benefits that you're getting from that?
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I was doing it for my family, not so much like for me, because to me, I was still feeling okay. It was for my parents, but I knew that if I didn't change my eating habits and I still kept around cereal, they were going to eat it too. So yeah, we've all seen the difference, especially like me introducing the juices. Inflammation has gone down, their health has improved.
Because as an entrepreneur, you have to have the energy to run through walls and stuff like that. So like maybe you're good because you're just going off momentum,
Yeah.
and then you might just have that engine, right? But if you're at home and you're just like, I'm at home, I don't really feel like getting up today. It's Monday. It's I couldn't sleep. Whatever the case is, like it's an energy issue, and an energy issue stems from what you bring into your body.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
there's so many like benefits and angles that you can take to this.
I
to
noticed
bring
it.
people in.
Yeah, I noticed it when I was walking, walking at the airport.
Yeah.
Before I used to be like, oh my gosh, that O'Hare, and this time I was like, oh my god, and I was walking in heels. I was like, wow, I was surprised because I was always like, oh my god, let me take a break. But that's where I noticed. I was like, yeah, this is working.
That is bold. You're walking through O'Hare in heels. I don't even have the boldness.
Not super big heel, but
Yeah.
my heels.
I put on chanclas. Like we're doing this easy. We're getting in and out.
But that's because you're famous. You gotta have the hat on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Shiny though.
I'm like a D list celebrity. Wait, right? Have you ever thought about the celebrity list? You got the A's, the B's, the C's, right? I'm like in the D. Right? But yeah, so I think that's awesome. I'm curious. I kind of want to download the app. I want to see what it's like.
It's free.
It's free. I'm big. I don't do a lot of like processed food. I know like overall in my household, I've been pretty good about like trying to make everything from scratch or trying to meal prep everything, right? Like um my daughter gets on me because she's in her health kick too. So she's like, nah, like you need to cook. I'm like, okay, fine. Like so she holds me accountable to like cooking, like high protein meals and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, like now that I think about it, like you're right, Ron. Everything that's healthy is on the outside when you're going through the store. When you go on the inside, like I just want my frijoles. Like I should even be making those from scratch. But like I'm like, okay, frijoles should not be that bad. But I do always try to look at the back, like, and one of the things that I've been taught is the less ingredients that are in the back, the healthier that product is for
Yeah.
you. So if I look at something, I'm like, okay, it's like 5 things, 4 things. Okay, then this is not too bad, compared to something else that has like 20 things, a long list of chemicals connected to it, So I try to, at least in my house, like I won't buy cookies. Like my sister was like, you don't have cookies in your house? I was like, no. Like my daughters love my sister's house because she got like stuff galore in the pantries, ice creams and different things. And they're like, oh my god, we can snack here all day. But in my house, it's like you don't keep like cake or brown. No, like they got fruit. Go pull the drawer, get some grapes, get some blueberries, get some strawberries. once in a while I have like if I buy a box of like Chips Ahoy or something like that, that's done,
Yeah,
gone. One, not even like an hour.
yeah,
You know,
it's
like
done.
they dog it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Any. So now that you're here, like, what are the goals for the shop? You might have already said it, but what are the future goals for the shop?
Well, again, the workshops. I really want to do the workshops to educate, the community and have them actually do things hands on. I feel like that's the way I learn, and doing it and seeing how easy it is. They'll do it. They'll take it home and do it. Um, and just bringing this to the community. Once they see that it's here, and there's other places that are somewhat similar, like where they sell herbs, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I kind of want to expand it into, again, the detergents and soap, shampoos.
Like this is not an easy business to compete with against, but it's one that maybe you can use it for a benchmark too. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's all these vape shops that come up. They're literally going in to put poison
Yeah.
into their body,
Mhm.
right? But it has a cool feel to it. It has all these cool little like glassware or whatever that you can do. So like being able to go like, you know what? Maybe our business, my business, isn't a cool one to do, right?
Mhm.
But if I can close that gap, that'll be a win in itself.
Yeah.
People that say, "Oh, I want to go to the eco shop. I want to go refill the thing that is helping me." I want to go check out the cool little souvenirs or whatever they're called. That you're gonna have here, right? The different soap. Oh, I'm gonna trade this soap over here. I can see that like being a thing that you want to close the gap on because the youth is going to vape shops.
Yeah.
And that's a relatively new thing. People say it's healthier than cigarettes. I don't know about that.
No,
Like it's
worse.
literally a chemical, right?
Yeah.
That you're putting in there.
Of course.
Yeah. So like I can kind of see that being a good comparison as well. From a business standpoint, but also from a mission standpoint.
Yeah, I don't know anything about vaping. Like, my daughter's like, "Have you ever vaped?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm almost 40." Like, vaping wasn't existent when we were kids. Like I don't remember like, "Oh, let's vape." Like, who the who? I was like,
It's
you
really
know,
bad for you.
I don't know anything about that stuff. Like, I just had my first. Did I tell you? I just had my first Cuban not too long ago. Like, I actually like that. Yeah, like a cigar. I was like, what is the point of this stuff? Like, why do you do this? Right? I'm trying to understand like the reasoning. I just wanted to try it, right? Like, okay, I know this like smoking cigar, and it's like a camaraderie thing for men amongst businessmen, right? It's something that men do to kind of like, and there's a lot of networking and conversations and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm here with all these real estate people. Let me just try it and see what it's like, right? I just wanted to experience it. And I did it. And I was like I wanted to inhale it. I was like, what's the point of this? You just have it here and like throw it out. I know. I was like, we had like good Cubans, and then one of the guys was like, no, give her this one. She'll like this. And I'm sitting there like, I still don't understand the reasoning behind this, but okay, let's put smoke in our mouths and just throw it out. But again, I'm not a man, so I don't know.
I see it similar to, and I'm not a big cigar person, but I have done it. Shout out to Miguel and Ramiro for bad influences. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they like it.
Yeah, they love it. They love
Yeah.
it. But I look at it similar to alcohol. Like I noticed I started drinking a lot more the more networking events I went out. So then I purposely will go, well, these next 3 networking events, I'm not drinking, even if everyone is drinking, right? And I can have fun just as much without drinking alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So like I'll purposely like kind of like time that out. So people care about their health. They care about making changes that's going to make them feel better. It's just a question of finding that right balance and directionally moving it, to improve the quality of life and stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's such a good point because networking, there is a lot of drinking alcohol, and if you're, it's something that it is, and you can really fall trap and build like you could become an alcoholic if you're not careful, right? Like I kind of was saying that like if I don't watch myself, like I could easily fall into that because alcoholism runs in my family, right? So thankfully, like my dad doesn't even drink. He hasn't touched alcohol in years, but like you can fall trap into those things because they're bad vices, right? But what I've noticed is like for me, and this is what I'm trying to implement is especially I'm using the health component because again, I'm a big networker. I'm always out in networking events, and of course, alcohol is there, and that is poison. It is hurting, and even though you know it and you realize it, sometimes you're still like, let me drink it, right? Like, what's one gonna hurt? But then, like, even recently at my friend's house, her husband's like, Jen, you want a shot? I was like, no. And he's like, and I love them, but he was, that's how he says my name. He's like, Jen. And I'm like, no, I can't, because I started reading up on the how alcohol affects your lifting, which we talked about this. We realized that you're into we're into powerlifting. You're still kind of into it. I mean, he showed me a video, like he was serious, like power lifter, like like the big, like, what was it, 500 pounds or something crazy you had on you? 525 pounds.
You're like, what's he?
Out of 163 body weight.
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy. Like, yeah, so he was showing me a video. I was like, ooh, right? So, but
I don't know. That's the whole life.
that's your own.
That's all I- Oh, wow.
That's not that long ago. That was like that's still part of, like, your like, I could say, like, I'm slowing down on the running, right? But running still, like, something that I've enjoyed, but now I'm like more into the lifting side of things now. But it messes up. Alcohol messes up your lifting, right?
Consistency of it. So, like, I don't really recommend people to, like, stop doing something cold turkey. Like, dude, it's life. We're all gonna came in one way, we're all leaving the same way, right? So, like, it's just more like a concept. If you're going to 2 or 3 networking events a week, and you're drinking 2 to 3 drinks every single time, like, you're more likely to keep doing that even outside of the networking events. Because you have the one-off. So let's meet over here for lunch, meet for here, and it's just like the perpetual, like, thing that you're starting to build. And I actually did a documentary on Alcohol Anonymous on my YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't remember all the details for it because this was like 2 years ago. But there's certain things that's in your DNA that, like, if you have that sip of alcohol, you literally stand no chance, and you can actually become an alcoholic.
Absolutely.
And that's the story of, like, how I think this guy named Bill that started Alcohol Anonymous.
Well, I love. Have you heard? So you have the Alcohol Anonymous, right? But then you have Al-Anon. Have you heard of that?
No.
So that's for wives of alcoholics or people that have been affected by an alcoholic, a child, a spouse, a parent, or something like that. Similar concept. Like, it's a. Did we have this conversation? I feel like I've already had this conversation with you, right? But you know how they have the 12-step program, and they are like, it's Christian based. People don't realize that it's like, but they can't say it, like, for government grants and funding. Yeah, they can't really be like, yeah, this is like a faith-based reason why the founder did it. They had to not disclose that because it's so popular. Like, they want everyone to go to it, right? But that's why, like, if you've ever been to an Alcoholic Anonymous meeting, or I've been to Al-Anon meetings, they make you do the Serenity Prayer, right? And the Alcoholics Anonymous, they do have you attended one ever? Have you ever watched one?
No. But whenever me and my team, we did like research on it. The reason why I wish I could have watched it, because, like, right before coming out, would have been, oh yeah, remember, blah, blah, blah. But there is faith components. I didn't know about, like, the government wanting you to, kind of like, there's so many groups and funding or whatever, I'm sure. But, like, yeah, there is also, like, a community-based approach to it, where, like, we'll have someone assigned to you that's, like, there for you.
Hold you accountable.
Yep,
Hold you accountable. Right.
Yeah, your sponsor. They call it your sponsor, something like that. Yeah.
So I can see like kind of a model to that, because, like, if you feel like you're on your own, you walk into a Jewel-Osco or you walk into a Walmart, you're right back on the hamster wheel of the thing that you're trying to leave. So I can see, like, the workshops, the community aspect, having to be there in order to create that habit,
I actually stopped drinking completely, like, maybe almost a year and a half ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks to Ruby.
Oh.
She's like, you ain't having none of that. I'm like, but now it's like, when I'm at social events and they're like, you want to drink? Friday night, let's go out and drink. No.
So sorry, we had a little tech difficulty, so I had to do something real quick. But I like what you're saying, like the whole, and I think maybe this is a deeper conversation that we're getting into, right? Like the whole, like not drinking alcohol, being careful what we put in our bodies, like being mindful, like, yeah, there's going to be events and weddings and Christmas. So just not allowing it overtake you, become a vice, right? But I've noticed that when I drink alcohol, I get inflammation. I get bloated. My body reacts in a very unhealthy way.
It is. It's poison.
Yeah.
It's chemicals. It's like, right? You're paying to poison your body.
You're paying to poison your body, right? So, but I've noticed that, like, when I eat too much sugar, right away my body reacts. Too much salt, my body reacts. Alcohol, sugar, right? And depending which one you drink, like tequila, they might say tequila is the healthiest version, right? Because it's from the agave plant and all that stuff, or mezcal. But even then, like, your body's always going to react. So I've noticed, like, at least for me, to hold myself accountable to limit the amount that I'm taking is, okay, I'm connected to my health journey. Because if those that have been following me, if you guys know, like, I've lost 40 pounds. I've been health. I've been lifting, right? Like, I've been really focused on what I put in my body, because I want to survive. I want to live for a long time, right? I want to be healthy for my kids, right? And I had, like, this not too long ago. I didn't share this publicly. I didn't share this publicly at all. But I went to the hospital like 2 months ago. Yeah. And I remember, for those that are watching now, you guys are going to hear it here. When was my first networking event? Like May? Or April? The first one, the first networking event.
My first one for yours was...
You went to the first one. Yeah, that's the first one you went to. I think that was May or April. April. So people don't know, that weekend, I had a gallbladder attack. And I was like, I was going to a property and I was showing a property and I was doing something. And then I go to a networking event and I'm eating. I knew I shouldn't have done this. As I was doing it, I was like, this is a real bad idea, Jennifer. You should not be doing this. I was eating a lot of bread and pop. But like when you have those cravings that all of a sudden you're just like, ugh. So I remember it was like a banquet style event. There was a bunch of, like, the pretty bread that you eat with your meal. And then, they have the jugs of pop there. So I kept refilling my cup, drinking pop with the bread with my meal. And as I'm eating, I'm like, Jennifer, you shouldn't be doing this right now. Like, my mind was saying this is not good for you. Ignored my intuition, kept indulging, right? And then get home, pick up my kids. They were with their dad. And I go home, go to the house. All of a sudden, I felt this sheer pain here in the middle of my stomach. It felt like a ball. If anyone's ever had a gallbladder attack, that sucks. Like, I did not know how to alleviate that pain because it was inside. It almost felt like I would rather have birth. I'd rather give birth to a child that's 10 pounds, no epidural, just go straight raw, It was that terrible, that pain, because I couldn't alleviate it. And I called up my ex-husband. I was like, take me to the hospital. And he's like, why? I was like, I can't breathe. I couldn't breathe when I was having it too. It was like very shallow breaths. I was like, I'm gonna die right here, right now. In my it was scary. My 10-year-old, I saw the fear in my 10-year-old's eyes because she didn't know what to do. The oldest one wasn't there. I don't know where the hell she was at, but the little ones were there. And I could see her, she got so scared because I never been in that situation. She's never seen me in that situation. So then I was like, I called up my ex. I was like, take me to the hospital. I go, they tell me what it was, and and I busted out in hives. Right before that attack, my body was telling me something's gonna happen because I started getting hives on my body, and I don't know what I thought a bug was biting me at night or something. I don't know what I thought a spider might have bit me at night. And no, my body was warning me something's gonna happen, and I again ignored what it was telling me. Got the gallbladder attack. They immediately wanted to take out my gallbladder. I was like, no, you're not cutting me open. I have an event tomorrow. I have an event on Tuesday. I'm sitting here like a crazy person. Like, no, like they're like, we gotta take your gallbladder. I'm like, hell no. You're gonna keep me on bed rest, and I'm an entrepreneur that I have to hustle to make money. And I have my first event on Tuesday, right?
So what did you do?
I said I went back home.
Oh my God, Jennifer.
So
I'm going home.
let me tell you this. I'm a big believer. So I was rebuking things and cursing things. I was like, no, this infirmity is leaving my body. Like, I'm not dealing with this stuff right now. So I'm going through my whole prayer thing. The pain goes away, and the doctor's like, you passed the gallbladder stone. And I was like, dang, what? That's why I had that pain. That's why I felt that ball. And he pushes on my stomach. He's like, do you feel pain? I was like, no. And I'm like, he's like, well, we gotta give you surgery. I was like, no, you're not doing that. And he's like, I really recommend you should. I was like, no, you're not. I was like, I really recommend me going home. So then when he pushed on my stomach, he's like, you don't feel that pain? I'm like, I don't feel nothing. It went away.
Oh.
So he was like, okay, but you really got to watch what you eat now. Like, now you really got to monitor everything that you put in your body moving forward if you're going to still keep your gallbladder. I was like, okay, I will heal. This is how stubborn I am. I will heal myself. I will eat healthy. I will do whatever I have to do to not go through this again, and I have. But that first event, my hives were on my foot. I had medias on. I had stockings on, black ones, so no one could see the hives. I had a long dress on, so no one was able to see the hives on my arms. But that first, my body was. So that day, I pushed through that event. I was like, and even that event, I was like, I can't touch that bread. Like, I didn't even want to eat the bread. I was like, give me salad, But I was like, nope, I have an event. I'm not doing this right now. So. But my point with that story is, I was sitting on that hospital bed like, damn, like, life can be like instantaneous taken away from you. Like, that's just that simple, how quickly you can lose your health, how quick. So I said, no, I ain't playing. Like, my kids need me. I'm a single mom. Like, I can't afford to not be like here. So I said, no more. So like, even the alcohol intake, the eating, like, I've been like really tying all that up because I'm like, no more. Isn't it? But I didn't tell nobody. You know how people like to put their stuff on social media? That was like, no, I am not sharing that on social media. Because the one thing I didn't want people to do was people to say, I'm a big believer in this. I never want someone to say, oh, está enferma, oh, she's sick, oh, she's struggling, oh, she's this, oh, she's that. I will never put my problems on social media because I don't want that energy.
Yeah.
Or someone thinking of me in that way.
You know what? And this is not advice that I have taken, but I also have never had I have, but not since not recently, right? But sharing those stories to me is important because it shows people like, hey, we all got something. We all got something going on.
Yeah.
There's always something that you have to overcome. And as an entrepreneur, normally you stop, everything stops.
Yeah.
Your goal is to try to get to the point to where, like, we're able to keep the show running whether you're there or not. But 99% of entrepreneurs aren't there.
No.
So like that sharing those things to me is important because it's like, she still put on the freaking event. She's still changing her diet. So now whenever I'm asking her to drink this alcohol, it's like me saying, hey, put your head down here, go underwater. Like, that's basically the equivalent of it. We're just trying to lift each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the way I kind of see it.
I could see that, and I get that, and maybe I'll make a post.
It's the wording of it, it's the image of it. You don't want sympathy.
I don't want
sympathy. Or have a wall of people saying, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want that energy there either, but I still want people to know, like, hey, whatever you got going on, you still got to find a way to make it happen. Something that also came to mind, like, a couple steps before that story, started going deep, was the Coca-Cola thing. I heard that Coca-Cola in Mexico is healthier than the Coca-Cola here in the US.
I think it's because of the sugar, right? I think here they use like corn syrup or something. Over there,
Okay.
it's more cane sugar.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, it's still bad.
Yeah.
It's still bad, I guess that's the only difference. But
Got it. Got it. I didn't know that you went to.
yeah, I mean, Coca-Cola is, you know, taking up all the water, and also all the avocados.
Really?
Yeah, Mexico's going through a drought, like everywhere, everywhere. There's lakes that have been there for thousands of years, forever. They're going dry because they're using up all the water for avocados, for Coca-Cola. All these companies are going in there and using up the resources.
So the avocado companies are using up the water.
I mean, well, it's the people, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It takes a lot of water to grow those avocados, and there's such a demand here in the U.S. We all want that extra avocado. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's like showing the people want to be green, but they don't know how to be green. And the people that are green usually are doing things that are actually good for the planet, right? So like I can see like a couple of things like that.
I mean, it's a progress. I'm still going
Yeah.
through it myself, but I mean, you just gotta start little by little, eliminating things, and replacing them. Like the Eco Shop, the refillery. It's a great way to introduce it to people, because you don't have to buy a whole gallon of the soap. Let's say you don't like it, or you don't like the scents. These use essential oils, so they're natural. They're not synthetic fragrances. They can just buy a little bottle because it's concentrated, so you can use it for a week and see if you like it. See if it goes good with you. And
Now, how much does
Come
that
back.
kind of stuff cost? Like, what's the comparison?
because it's concentrated, it ends up being almost the same. A little bit might be a little bit more expensive, but I mean, it's much more healthier.
wow.
And sometimes you could just, I mean, I started doing it at home. You know?
I think it's like little steps.
Yeah.
Like no one can just do like boom, like
Yeah.
overnight, right? I can connect it with like health journeys, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
no one gets healthy overnight. Like you don't go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week. Just I see like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing it. It's really
Right.
hard for someone to even get there, or someone to be like, let me start eating only fresh products. Like
Mhm.
it's all little baby steps. Once you master one, incorporate a new
Yes.
thing. Master something else, incorporate a new thing. That's, at least in my opinion, that's how I advise people to do it. So I could see if you're trying to go eco-friendly, well, okay, let's take out the detergent this week, but only healthy stuff, right? Mexicans are big on that baby detergent.
The baby, the dress.
Yeah, right? Why? Now that
It
I'm
smells
thinking-
good.
It does it? It's not like chemicals, like healthier
No,
or
it just
nothing like
smells
that.
good. It's like soft baby powder smell.
That's
Like,
it?
yeah,
That's it?
I think so.
I thought there was some, maybe
I've
I'm wrong.
heard all
Maybe
the,
that
all
was
the
that's
plants.
open my mouth.
I thought that was like a eco-friendly, healthy. Like
a lot of detergents have that on there, but when you scan them, they're
they're not
Yeah.
no,
healthy.
they're not.
My in-laws were so into like make sure you use that detergent for the babies.
Baby, yeah,
I was
no.
like, okay.
I actually did order a baby one, so if you want to try it, yeah.
Now,
It's for mom and baby.
Okay, how does the distiller no, refillery work?
So
Okay, so let's say I bring a old empty container of Tide.
Yeah.
I just finished it.
Yeah.
I just listened to this podcast. I want to go try it.
Yeah.
I bring my container and you fill it up.
yeah, so we
How does
would
that
weigh out the container, and then you fill it up to wherever you want to, and then we weigh it again, and then that's how we would charge you. Yeah.
So therefore, you're saving a container. So
Yeah.
people that have containers at home don't throw it away. That's what you bring in over here, right?
Yeah.
You have other containers here that don't have.
Yeah, we'll have like a little station where people either donate. Like I have old glasses, right? We can refill that, like old mason jars. Because glass is better than plastic. Or if you do have like a Dawn dish soap, and instead of you going to Walmart and buying another one, just wash it out and bring it in and refill
This
it.
isn't only detergents. This is hand soap, dish soap.
Yeah, shampoo. That's what I'm starting with.
Shampoo.
Okay, so that's four. So shampoo,
Yeah, so
detergent, hand soap, dish soap.
dish soap, yeah, and fabric softener. So anything related to soap.
So if, since
I even have pet soap. We're bringing in pet soap. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
people
Pet
look crazy
shampoo,
for their
yeah.
pets.
People are definitely
They will
crazy for
spend
their
money
pets.
on their
Yeah.
on their pets that they will for their own.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree.
Pet
The
shampoo.
dog pays a bigger price
Yeah.
to get their hair long.
Yeah, yeah. People be on. Yes, I agree. No, I'm not saying this joke. Let's keep going. I'm gonna say something again. Like, no, I'm
Jen.
not saying.
Now you gotta say it.
No,
We
no.
need a
It
you
can be
need
good
a night show.
No, no,
No,
not
Sunday.
that type of joke. No, my sister, because I was at my sister's house and she has her little lovely dog that she loves. Cute little rat. I call it a rat. It's about 12 years old. It's a little Chihuahua min pin looking thing. And she was my sister would kill me. The dog's walking. I'm like, you ready to put her down or what? And she was like, that's so mean. She's old. You could see like she's struggling
I'm
now.
going through that
Like,
right now.
like you gotta get to the point where you're
Yeah.
ready mentally to like put her down. She's like, that's so mean. I'm like, whatever. Like, get ready.
You
Just
sound like my sister.
And Lilia?
Yeah, she's like, "Put on my out already." I'm like, "Oh, like I'm just." Yeah, it's hard.
No. I know it's hard for pet lovers. Okay, but let's go back to the question.
Okay, so you have
So,
the pet one too?
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So that one, I think I ordered. It's a bar shampoo, so it's zero waste. It's gonna just come just a bar. It's not packaged or anything.
Okay, so when someone wants like let's say shampoo, how much do they pay or how like I'm gonna bring my big container of
Mhm.
like my glass thing for shampoo
So we will be charging by the ounce.
by the ounce.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
what's the ballpark? Like 20 ounces? or 5 ounces?
I haven't priced it out yet.
Got it.
Yeah, but I think it's 19 cents an ounce or something like that. That's,
oh, that's
yeah.
not bad.
Don't quote me on that.
No, no, no,
Like,
no, no,
I don't.
I know.
I haven't
More
seen the
now.
prices yet, how much but it's it's something like that. But it adds up. It adds up
Calm
to
down
yeah.
before she gets her pricing in order to
Correct, right? She coming. Actually, they said 19 cents.
That's it. 100 ounces.
No, she's like,
I'm like, oh no.
I've never been so busy.
Yeah.
The other day, someone it's like the company that was giving away like unlimited pizza buffets that went out of business. It was giving. Was it CC's?
I don't know if
or
that's
something like that. Someone was like they would give free pizza when they went out of business because it was just like you come and eat unlimited pizza.
Oh.
But she's like Jennifer, don't do that. Don't do this.
Yeah. They had. I still got to price. I still got to get the inventory in.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
'cause what I was trying to think is like if there's a certain most people won't go walk into an uncomfortable situation. So like they won't go to a thing that's unfamiliar with
Mhm.
them. So if they don't know how to shop,
Mhm.
then
That's
they
true.
go like I'm just gonna go do what I'm always do. I think about it, make it so easy, right? You grab the container, swipe your card, walk out.
Yeah.
Maybe you get the chicken that you forgot that you needed or the waffle that you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Like they make it so easy where here you kind of got to go out of your way. You know you're going for this,
Mhm.
right? But if you kind of like they don't know what to do, what to bring, they just go, hey, I'm here.
Well, yeah. If they
know?
do show up and they're like, well, I don't know how to grab it, we're gonna have containers here.
Right.
Recycled containers that they can just fill it up. And
That's
I can
so
see some
cool.
good like marketing too, like, hey, don't throw away that container of Dawn. Don't throw away that container.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
This. Like literally bring it.
so like
right?
I did get a lot of ideas from the workshop that you guys did. That was awesome, by the way. Like you guys need to bring it back. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I loved it.
Oh, that's good to
Because
know.
you had a little bit of everything, the
Yeah.
marketing, we had the chat advice, we had everything. So
Yeah.
I really needed that. I was like, oh, I got on it.
Well, I
I got so many ideas.
I love helping businesses go from like the small, like I have to be here to like, hey, now I have some level of freedom,
Yeah.
right? So I just think of like processes important for that.
Yeah.
So like even if people bring a container, say, oh, buy your container, slap the QR code on it,
Mhm.
they scan it, and then now you can send them a message saying, hey, I'm gonna bring you, like it's gonna remind you to come around this time, right? Because
Oh.
retention is a huge piece.
Yeah.
To it. And again, if they gotta go out of their way to do it, then you got to be the one that kind of like extends the hand.
Yeah.
What
So
about,
we
like,
got
what about like a membership price too? Like
Yeah.
you become a member and you
Oh.
pay like this monthly member retention, a monthly membership fee. You come in, how much do they are really people going to like refill the thing?
How much does it cost for the membership versus how much you're paying for for Tide, right? And it's like, oh, Tide costed you $25 for this little container that you keep putting more and more and more in to try to, make it good. Well, yours is more concentrated, it's natural, right?
Yeah.
Job, like all that stuff is natural.
Yeah. Yeah. We're over here like
Yeah, no,
like,
no, this is
like
good. This is good. I need ideas. I need ideas.
I never thought of this type of business before, and my mind just starts to go like, oh wait, what does this look like from any point of
Yeah, no, I welcome the advice, the ideas. Yeah.
No, that's cool. There's some business consulting here,
Yeah.
basically, right? The show is gonna be like a business consulting show now. I'm like, this is yeah, right. And now we're here with a whole show concept, right? No, that's a whole another. That's the after dark show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm getting advice for free.
The hot chair, the hot seat show. I like that. I like that. Run. You're a bad influence. We get ideas. No, this is good. I mean, I when I did the boot camp, my idea or my vision for the boot camp was entrepreneurs don't plan. Entrepreneurs they're good at what they do. I'm good at coaching, or I'm good at, speaking, or I'm good at I don't know what I'm good at, but you know what I mean, right? Like taking action, right? So we know as an entrepreneur what you're good at. You know what you're good at, right? Customer service, provide, now the eco stuff, like the products, like you provide something. Same thing with Ron. We all are good at something, but we get so focused on that thing that we're good at that we neglect things that need to get focused on, right? With the planning, the execution, the why do you have to market this way? Why should you do sales this way, right? So all the speakers that came to that boot camp, I strategically picked them and thought about it, like why would they? And they all meshed really nicely with each other, which was like I love the synergy, and I feel like that's definitely, like, to me, it's always a God thing. Like, okay, God, who is it that you want me to bring? Why am I bringing them? How is this gonna benefit the audience, right? And I wanted people to say, I'm making a business plan. So everything from your mission statement, your goal maps, your operations, your money, the cash flow, or the what did he call them? The key points, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the key performance indicators, right? So like KPIs. So all these things that like would benefit an entrepreneur. So I am going to do it again. Yeah. I'm planning another one in October, and I'm going to just double it in size. My goal is like, okay, a realistic SMART goal is just double that amount by that many people, offer it again, see how it goes.
I really like it because it's not only for new entrepreneurs. It's like if you're trying to grow your business, like, I fell right in between, right? Growing the existing business that I have, and then this new one. I was like, oh my gosh, you came at a perfect time.
Aww, I always come on time.
Kind of like circling back, like we're looking at the big farmers band here.
Yeah.
How are you? And I love the fact you're using both. You're using the space for both.
Yeah.
Right? In your mind and in the customer's mind, how do you see those playing fields? Do you see those completely separate?
For right now, I mean, I still need my outfits. I have my outfits. I separated it. But hardly anyone comes in. It's mostly they're calling me for quotes. So I do everything, remotely. So this is why I decided to do restaurant space, because it is a big space.
Well, yeah, you can do so much.
Yeah. So and since I'm here, I'll be working there, and I have someone else working here.
Yeah, no, this is pretty cool. I think this is like a great space for everything that you're doing, and I think what you're doing is great. I love the fact that you said, like, I'm healing, so that's why, like, you have to love yourself first. I think bottom line, the message is, when you love yourself first, you're going to be careful what you put in your body, what you're going to eat, what you're going to put on your body, right? So, like, I love the messaging behind everything that you're doing. So, good job. I'm proud of you.
Awesome. I mean, not only that, it's also what you like listen to, right? So that's why podcasts like this is important. What you feed yourself through your ears as well matters. And you never know, like, that idea is applicable to many people's situations. Like, oh wait, how can I operate this way? How can I solve the retention problem? What KPIs are important to my business? All those kind of things. And another thing that I think is important is like I can see the skill level of entrepreneur increasing by what things measure. And that's an important part of entrepreneurship. And that's why I like these kind of podcasts, because then you go through like, yeah, I never thought of that. Let me write that down, and now let me kind of go back to my business. That way you kind of see like how much time are you spending on the business versus in the business. Like what things are you working on to grow and to replace yourself,
Yeah.
you know, and go, okay, I mastered this. I wrote down this standard of operating procedures, you know. I go, now I can hire a person that did an intern or a high school kid or a college kid because you have the instructions,
Yeah, I love your
you
session
know.
on that
Yeah. And
because
then when
that's I think that's where I was lacking because I'm very action like, oh, I got an idea, I'm
Just
gonna run with it.
implement it.
Yeah, and I forget about all the paperwork, all the stuff that it takes to run it
yeah,
efficiently.
yeah, we're doing that for our onboarding process in Shadowbank, and I realized I thought I was done when I wrote it. I was like, oh wait, no, there's a
You
whole
need
other
more.
section that I do. Hang on, I need to write this down. And then now the employees are there, they're like, oh yeah, but wait, we can make it better over here. I'm like, okay, this is gonna take longer than I thought, but it's getting better and better and better. So every business has processes.
So I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I know we have. If anyone wants to reach out to Ron, who is the sponsor of the show, go to chatvice.com or reach out to him. I'm pretty sure you can find him on social media. Go to Martinez, right?
And on the website, we have a web chat widget on there. That's ours. You send that, send you a text message, and right to that text message is my number. Text me back and forth.
So easy to reach out to him. And then, of course, the Eco Shop.
Yeah.
Jeanette is on 3300 West 63rd Street. So you're also really active on social media.
Yeah.
So people can find you on social media.
All my links on my personal page.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm going to put this out there. Any ladies that are watching, I'm recruiting up for my next coaching program. So make sure you guys reach out to me if you're looking. I know you put it in your bio now.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to my coaching program with her
Yeah,
bio.
I mean, I think ever since I met you, things have been changing. And I prayed for you, girl. I prayed for for somebody to come into my life and help me transform because I'm like, I needed it. And so this is a product of you too.
Aw.
Now you can't quit.
You know, when you guys tell me things like this, it's like, oh, the pressure gets even more intense. You
That's how you
know?
pass the goal.
Yeah,
to
I feel like
yourself.
you connected the mind, body, and soul.
Aw.
Yeah.
You guys get me emotional here, guys. But no, thank you. I'm honored. I'm thankful that I've inspired so many ladies to do what they're doing. But, you know, it's all your work. I put a little fire under that. That's it. That's all I did. That's all I did. And then, of course, anyone that's looking to do any time management, I'm supposed to start a challenge today. So,
I'm on it.
yeah, she's like, I'm on
I'm
it. So, if you guys struggle managing your time, you guys need a system, operations for managing time. I have a system that I put together for entrepreneurs. There's accountability, there's a calendar. We work on, blocking, and I show you tips on what you can implement in your, planning life. So I have a chapter starting, so let me know if anyone's interested. Yeah, and that's it. Any final words?
I can't wait to connect with the community, and I love this space. And I can't wait to see what it's going to look like here.
We'll be opening up in August. We'll have a grand opening hopefully by September. We'll be stacked up here and come by and support the small businesses that we'll be hosting.
Yes, and she has a lot of small